Next coming up is one of our amazing sponsors of this live stream lounge that we have going here.
Hey, Chris.
Lilypad.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for helping us put this all together.
It's our pleasure. Glad to be here.
So, Lyu, is it Lyu?
Lou.
Lou.
Plain old Lou, yeah.
I want to say Lyu. There's a Y in there.
Lyu.
Lou.
Or Lou.
Lou.
Yeah, whichever one works.
Lyu. Lou. Tell me about Lilypad and some of the companies that you work with. You guys have quite a roster. I saw you were hanging out with Rick and Brandon from Coronado here yesterday, so I know they're one of your clients.
Yeah.
We unfortunately couldn't convince them to come on the live stream.
Yep.
But yeah, talk to me about Lilypad and what you guys help breweries do.
Absolutely. So Lilypad is a mobile CRM developed specifically for BevAlc teams. Ideally, or not ideally, but our main objective is to help these guys sell more liquid, whether you're doing cider, flavored malt beverages, beer, distilleries, no matter what it is, our main objective is to make these guys more effective, efficient, and organized while they're out there in the trade.
Now, from your perspective, what do you see as sort of the biggest pain point for craft breweries right now?
Probably one of the biggest pain points is supplier to distributor communication. That's probably one of the biggest gaps that we see today, and that's also part of what we do, is just helping them close that gap and communicate more effectively.
Yeah, and you recently launched a program called LP Data. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have launched LP Data as an option for these smaller breweries to start giving them insights to their depletions, aligning them with their account universe for their wholesaler, and basically just making them more educated while in the field by using this data.
Now, I assume that anybody who's using Lilypad has access to some software while they're out in the field. How much has tech helped what breweries do and what their salespeople do while they're on the ground?
I think it's helped tremendously. The beer industry has been pretty conservative to change, and I think we've done a great job of coming in and helping people see how technology can help them, from just having visibility to things while they're out there in the field, more insights to things while out in the field, and just easeability, helping them close the gap between the supplier and wholesaler and retailer.
Yeah. How many clients do you guys have now?
We're just about over 200.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in terms of size and scale, where do most of your clients fall? I mean, it seems like you have kind of clients all across the map.
Yeah, we do. From breweries that have one sales rep to breweries that have 100. And even distributors use us. So we really fit for anybody. That's kind of one of the plus sides to our app, is it's customized to your needs and what you need from the field or for the field.
Now, what makes Lilypad different from some of your competitors?
The easeability, our culture, our user interface, the user experience, just giving these guys something quick and easy to use that doesn't look like it's Windows 98, a nice, fresh feeling.
Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, exactly. Giving these guys something fun to use. Our social wall allows them to collaborate with each other, especially for a dispersed team. So really giving these guys some new technology really helps out.
Yeah, so when they're out in the field, they have real-time access to all the information that they need to do their jobs effectively, essentially.
Absolutely. From who they talked to, what they talked about, who was in there last week, what has come in through the invoices, all that stuff.
Now, as breweries scale, where do you see them starting to kind of trip or stumble and, really needing the support of a product that you offer?
Sure. So for me, I think it comes when you've laid out a strategic plan for your sales team. So you don't necessarily have to have 10 people or 5 people to start using Lilypad, but you should have some strategic plan in place. Know what you want to do, what you're targeting, and those kinds of things. Definitely call for some kind of CRM.
Yeah. You're obviously paying close attention to the craft beer space, and you read the headlines, probably some of our headlines, I would assume.
I get your emails every day.
What do you make of everything that's transpired over the last few years, all of the growth and some of the headwinds that some of these breweries are facing now? Because you obviously come at it from a little bit different perspective.
Sure.
So I'm curious to get your thoughts on where you think things are headed, and in conversations with some of your clients, what are their biggest challenges right now?
I think the competitiveness in the industry is becoming more and more, and not just from the high end to craft brewers, but I think there's more, and I may have heard this in one of your talks, but the competition between craft brewers is starting to grow more and more. So giving these people insights to how they can gain more tap handles, what's working in accounts, what's not, that's definitely a big plus. And chain programs are a big thing for a lot of these breweries, not just regionals, but even some of the smaller ones, making sure that their product is landing where it needs to go.
Is the on-premise piece of the business the most challenged right now?
I wouldn't say so. I would say off-premise might be, and this is just my opinion. I think chain mandates and chain programs are a big, not a big problem, but there's a lot of holes in tracking all that information, and that's something that we want to try to fill a gap.
I would say that like the on-premise business though tends to be the most volatile.
Of course.
You get a keg in,
sure,
and you're in for a couple weeks, and then you might not be back in that account for a few months, and
okay.
That would be, to me, if I were a salesperson out in the field, that would be like one of the most frustrating things to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely, for the on-premise, that's definitely a big headache. I mean, just the competition in San Diego alone, there's over 300 breweries. So trying to fight for those tap handles is definitely a big headache for these guys. But being more educated on what's happening in your accounts, in your area, definitely makes for a more effective salesperson.
So when I open up the Lilypad software, what does it look like?
You'll get a social wall. So the first thing you see when you open up Lilypad is our social wall, which is a collaborative tool bringing you guys together under one roof. Carl Strauss, specifically in California, they've got quite a few reps just in the state of California, but they're all spread out from north all the way down to south. So that really allows them to communicate and collaborate, showing their best practices, small wins, and motivating each other that way.
So would you compare it to like, I don't know, like we use Slack internally, so is it kind of like more that style, or?
It's more of a social media page.
Okay.
So more like an Instagram feed or a Facebook feed. People are posting pictures, updates, what's being released from management. Management will post maybe leaderboard updates, motivating the team, that kind of stuff.
So it extends far beyond just the I made a sales call and here's what we talked about.
Absolutely.
Typed into your typical Salesforce CRM setup.
Absolutely. We try to give these guys as many tools as possible while they're in the field. So they're honed in into one location, not leaving our app, giving them everything that they need right in there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, I mean, beer is still a relationship business, and technology has kind of just invaded every facet of our lives. Do you ever worry that, maybe the people that are out in the field can get too wrapped up in using the tech and not spend enough time, just doing the sort of hand-to-hand combat and building the relationship, sitting down and having a beer with somebody, and not worrying about what's on their iPad?
Of course, that's always something that's on our mind, and I think the usability of our app really allows us to strike a good balance between that, because of course the beer industry is relationship driven, and if you're sitting in your phone the whole time, what relationship are you really building?
Right.
But we give these guys a really easy tool to go in there and log the necessary details that management is asking for, still giving them ample time to build that relationship with the retailer.
So a couple hundred clients, all varying sizes. You guys are exhibiting here at the CCBA Summit?
I'm just walking around. We don't have a booth, yeah. I am the booth.
the mobile booth.
The mobile booth.
I like it.
For mobile CRM.
That's very nice. I like that. Guerrilla warfare out here.
That's right.
Where can people catch up with you if it's not at this summit? Can they see you at the NBWA event? Can they find you at CBC? Like, where's your next stop? Where will you have a presence next?
So we'll be at NBWA, me, my co-founder, and our data guy. And then we'll also be at GABF if you guys are going to be there.
Great.
And then we'll be at CBC next year as well.
Awesome. Well, if you guys are going to any of those events, look out for Lilypad.
Thank you.
Look out for Lyu, not Lyu, but it is LYU.
Yep.
And keep on keeping on.
Yeah, man.
And
thank you.
I expect the next time we talk that you'll have doubled your client list. How about that?
That's the goal.
All right, man.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers. Best of luck.